Preventing postnasal drip during an allergy season, yes, that is a challenge, right? Because you are already dealing with allergy and its symptoms, and then you have a thick postnasal drip which is going to trouble you. The best thing is that you treat the allergy, the underlying cause, keep the allergy down with probably medications and all home remedies that we discussed about. And once you do that, the inflammatory changes in the nasal cavities and sinuses will come down, the mucus secretion thus will reduce. And also make sure that your hydration is good, so the mucus secreted in the nose is going to be thin enough so you don't even feel its presence. However, if the mucus is there, no problem, whether it is in the nose or sinuses or in the throat or it is dripping from above, just leave it alone. Body has its own mechanism, it will take care of it. If there is excess mucus, body can deal with it. You don't have to blow it out or spit it out. Or however, if the mucus is there, no problem, whether it is in the nose or sinuses or in the throat or it is dripping from above, just leave it alone. Hello everyone, I am Dr. Satish Babu, Senior Consultant, ENT Head and Neck Surgeon, working in Bangalore. In our culture, basically, we believe that mucus is bad for the system, right? And that is why anything more than normal, any mucus secretion more than normal, we get a little panicky. So if there is a little bit of mucus dripping from back of the nose, especially if it is very thick, and maybe sometimes when it is colored, we start panicking, and then we will start clearing either by snotting or hawking, coughing and clearing and spitting out the mucus, right, which eventually will lead to dryness of the throat. Earlier I was saying that mucus becomes thickened and it starts dripping backwards because it is already dehydrated. It's a very thick waterless blob of mucus. Now the same thing can happen in the throat also. Throat starts getting dried up, then that dryness will irritate and then it will lead to coughing. You have a very thick mucus flowing from above, you have a dry throat which is irritating, poking, scratching in sensation, then we will do more so. We will try to clear the nose and spit out the mucus, we will try to clear the throat and spit out the mucus, which will eventually hurt you. The cough will persist because the dryness is not changing. So we have to understand that hydration of the nose and throat or the entire respiratory passage is very, very important. And if you want to stop the cough, if you want to stop the postnasal drip, we have to hydrate ourselves sufficiently. I personally don't relate food to any of the symptoms, including the postnasal drip of the nose and paranasal sinuses directly. Whatever food we consume normally on a day to day, everybody else is consuming routinely, should not become a villain all of a sudden. So blaming a food like say sometimes fruits or ice creams or cool drinks or juices, tender coconuts, just because you've had them a couple of days before and then you have ended up with an infection or a postnasal drip, it is not correct, right? Rather, not having sufficient liquids is going to lead to thicker postnasal drip. So I don't think there is any direct correlation between food and postnasal drip, or food for that matter, even sinus problems or dust allergy, what we call. There is no such direct impact. So I again insist on having more liquids. Loosening the mucus is the best way. Preventing postnasal drip during an allergy season, yes, that is a challenge, right? Because you are already dealing with allergy and its symptoms, and then you have a thick postnasal drip which is going to trouble you. The best thing is that you treat the allergy, the underlying cause, keep the allergy down with probably medications and all home remedies that we discussed about. And once you do that, the inflammatory changes in the nasal cavities and sinuses will come down, the mucus secretion thus will reduce. And also make sure that your hydration is good, so the mucus secreted in the nose is going to be thin enough so you don't even feel its presence. However, if the mucus is there, no problem, whether it is in the nose or sinuses or in the throat or it is dripping from above, just leave it alone. Body has its own mechanism, it will take care of it. If there is excess mucus, body can deal with it. You don't have to blow it out or spit it out or bring it out in any form, whether it is thicker or thinner, you have plenty of mucus or very little mucus, just leave it alone. Hydrate yourself, steam regularly, take the anti-allergic medications on a regular basis as advised by your doctor, and you will be able to avoid the problem of postnasal drip.